The great race to forever once upon a time, in a magical meadow filled with vibrant flowers, green grass, and a sparkling stream, two animals decided to race. Speedy, the rabbit, and Slowpoke, the turtle, had long been friends, but they disagreed about one very important thing: the best way to build a perfect world and live forever. So, they decided to settle it with a race. "This will be easy," Speedy said, hopping around with excitement. His ears perked up, and he flashed a confident smile. "I'll build my perfect world faster than you can blink. Watch me go." Slowpoke, calm and steady as always, adjusted the small backpack he wore with the words "Good Life Plan" written on it. "Speed, it's not about how fast you go, it's about doing things the right way, slow, steady, and kind." He gave Speedy a gentle smile. "But we'll see. May the best animal win." The animals in the meadow gathered around the starting line, cheering for both participants. It was no ordinary race, though. This race was to see who could build their perfect world and live forever. Whoever reached the end of the race would be the one to create a world that thrived with peace, kindness, and joy. With a loud cheer from the crowd, the race began. Speedy's fast start. As soon as the starting whistle blew, Speedy took off in a flash. His legs moved so fast they were just a blur, and in seconds, he was already far ahead of Slowpoke. "Ha, look at me go!" Speedy called over his shoulder. "I'm going to zoom past you and create the best world ever. Watch as I use money and power to gather all the animals. I'll have the best team in no time." Slowpoke, on the other hand, didn't rush. He took a deep breath and began walking slowly, carefully choosing the path labeled Good Life Journey. His eyes were filled with calm determination. "The good life is built one step at a time," Slowpoke murmured, "and the best world is made through kindness and patience." The animals in the meadow watched as Speedy sped off and Slowpoke took his first steady step. Speedy's science world plan. In no time, Speedy reached the city where he would begin building his world. The city was full of tall buildings, humming machines, and busy workers everywhere. Speedy had a plan. He would create a world of science and power. The more speed and efficiency he could add, the faster he could build his world. And with money and power, he could recruit as many animals as he wanted. Speedy grinned and addressed a group of animals working hard in a lab. "Come join me. We'll work together to create the most powerful world ever. Money and power will help us get everything we need. We can have all the fame and fortune." The animals nodded, eager to follow Speedy's promises, but as they worked tirelessly, something began to feel wrong. A squirrel wiped his brow and turned to Speedy. "Speedy, we've been working all day. When do we get to enjoy life? When do we get to rest?" Speedy, too focused on his plans, didn't even look up. "There's no time for rest. The faster we work, the faster we can finish our perfect world. Keep going." But the squirrel's question lingered. He had begun to wonder, was this really the perfect world they were building? What was the point of all this power if no one could enjoy it? Slowpoke's path of kindness. Meanwhile, Slowpoke continued his steady walk along his path. He saw the animals around him, happy and content, living simple but fulfilling lives. Slowpoke smiled and took a moment to help a bird that had hurt its wing. "Don't worry, little one, I'll take care of you," he said softly, gently placing the bird in a safe spot. "Thank you, Slowpoke," the bird chirped. "You make this place feel like heaven." Slowpoke nodded thoughtfully. "A good life is built on care and kindness. We can create a world full of love, one step at a time." As Slowpoke continued along his path, he stopped to plant trees with the other animals. They worked together, laughing and sharing stories as they nurtured the land. The world around them seemed to glow with peace. A deer approached Slowpoke with a bright smile. "This world feels so much better with your kindness. You're really making a difference, Slowpoke." Slowpoke paused and smiled back. "Kindness and patience are the keys to a good life. Together, we can build a perfect world that lasts forever." The trap of Speedy's world. Back in Speedy's world, things were starting to go wrong. The city that once seemed so full of promise now felt like a prison. The animals worked day and night, and there was no time for rest or joy. Speedy had promised them that they would be part of a great, perfect world, but all they felt now was exhaustion. "Why isn't this working?" Speedy muttered, pacing in his lab. "Why can't we finish this world already? Why does everything feel wrong?" A tired rabbit approached him, her fur matted from work. "Speedy, we're stuck here. We've been working endlessly, and it feels like there's no way out. We need to change how we're living." Speedy looked around, his excitement beginning to fade. I thought if we worked fast enough, we'd be free, but now it feels like we're trapped." A squirrel who had been working with Speedy for days spoke up. "We're trapped in this world of work and rules. We need to find another way, one that's built on kindness and patience. That's the only way out." Speedy didn't know what to say. He realized the world he had built wasn't the perfect world he had imagined. It was a world full of power, but it lacked the joy and peace that made a true perfect world. Slowpoke's freedom. While Speedy struggled with his crumbling world, Slowpoke continued his steady journey. He crossed a glowing bridge that led him away from the chaos and toward the perfect world he had always dreamed of. The bridge shimmered with light, surrounded by stars, as Slowpoke felt the weight of his patience and kindness lifting him higher. "I've worked slowly and steadily, and now I'm free," Slowpoke thought. A perfect world is one built on care, one step at a time. As he crossed the bridge, the bright, beautiful world on the other side greeted him. Slowpoke was finally where he belonged, a place of peace, joy, and everlasting happiness. The perfect world. Slowpoke entered the perfect world, where the animals lived in harmony, taking care of each other and embracing kindness. The sky was always bright, and the trees and flowers bloomed with vibrant colors. Slowpoke was welcomed with open arms. "Welcome, Slowpoke." The animals cheered. "You've shown us the way to a better world. Your kindness has led us here." Slowpoke smiled and nodded. "This world is open to anyone who believes in kindness and care. If you choose to live with love and patience, you can join us here in this perfect world." Slowpoke had created the perfect world through his slow, steady, and kind actions. It was a world where everyone could live forever, in peace and happiness, surrounded by love. And Speedy, well, he and his team were still learning how to live kindly, but Slowpoke's perfect world was waiting for them whenever they were ready to join. And so, Slowpoke lived forever in the perfect world he had created, a world where patience, kindness, and good deeds thrived. It was the world he had always dreamed of, and it was the perfect world for everyone.